Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mendel Center Connections. I'm Mike Nadolski, Executive Director of the Mendel Center.
And I'm Grace Kelmer, Director of the Mainstage at the Mendel Center.
Thanks for joining us today, and also special thanks to our guests, both of whom are patrons and otherwise involved with the Mendel Center in different ways. And we look forward to hearing their stories as we talk about creating bridges today. So thank you both for joining us, Joelle and Kathy.
Sure. You're welcome.
Yeah, so we are in about the halfway point, a little bit better that in our Creating Bridges, which is the Mendel Center Challenge Campaign. And the whole goal here, obviously, is the reason why we chose bridges and creating bridges is we're trying to bridge the gap in our funding gap that was created by COVID-19, closures, cancellations, postponements, all of the fun stuff that comes with the downside of a pandemic. I don't know, is there an upside to a pandemic? It's been a rough 7 or 8 months for everybody, and the Mendel Center is no exception. Financially, for sure, it's hit us pretty hard. So we appreciate the support that you've personally both given to us, and also for you joining us here today to talk about kind of what community connections and community and the Mendel Center and programs and events are all about.
Yeah, so I guess first, you both have a really interesting connection to the Mendel Center that most people in our audience don't have, and both in different ways. And so first, just give us a sense of, in a normal year, what brings you to the Mendel Center, and what has your history with the Mendel Center been? So Joelle, would you like to start?
Sure. So actually, I have a couple different ways. I'm in the South Shore Concert Band, which is the community band for the area.
And what instrument do you play?
I play the flute.
There you go. I knew it was something, but I couldn't think clarinet, flute.
Yeah. Good. So I'm among the flute talent there. And we perform 2 to 3 times on the main stage for our season, and we use the college for rehearsals. So generally, we're there weekly. September through May, and the college and the Mendel Center has been wonderful to us for decades, providing the space and the support for our concerts, and the ushers and the volunteers. It's been wonderful. So I appreciate everything you do for South Shore Band. And then I have some association with doing stuff with the college. They've had a couple of productions where they've had musicals, and I've been invited to perform in the pit, and that's been awesome, and I've enjoyed that very much. And then again, I do work with the local symphony, the Southwest Michigan Symphony, with their youth orchestra, and so through that, and also through the professional performances, assisting with volunteers and just in the shows in general, I've had like front of house and back of house kind of interactions throughout, a long time now. So, and then I go to shows. So I enjoy going to the shows as well.
So I didn't know you were, you did pit musician work for musicals there. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Working with Chris is amazing.
Mm. Yeah. And so, Kathy, how about you?
I also have been involved several different ways. For quite a few years, I've been backstage guard for the symphony. And then when I retired, I decided to do ushering for Mendel, and have had an extraordinary experience doing that. I love working with the people that are there and helping the patrons when they come in. I also have 2 grandsons that I've taken to several of the kids shows and the kids events. And I also go to shows while I'm there. I really enjoy all the events that they have.
Yeah, and Kathy is a wonderful volunteer, I'm just saying.
Yay.
Yeah, I enjoy it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So one really good thing that happened during this, so far during this Creating Bridges campaign, right at the very beginning, is the Upton Foundation, Frederick S. Upton Foundation, gave us a $50,000 matching grant. And that really allowed us to come out of the gate strong, and we're heading in the right direction. But one of the other amazing things that really moved us actually was the South Shore Concert Band making a decision to forego membership dues this year and make the contributions to the Mendel Center instead. I get choked up even thinking about it, actually. It really was, it struck all of us just so powerfully. And so do you know how that came about? I know, like I said, you're a member there and you were actually contributed in that way also.
Yeah, so I'm board president. And
so I guess you have a very good,
yeah.
look at the things I'm learning.
Yeah. And so we were having a meeting because we've been having our meetings via Zoom just all along, just trying to figure out when we can get back to rehearsing. And your email had gone out about your campaign. And so Dale actually brought it up and he's like, they do so much for us. Maybe we should reach out to our members to see, what we can do to support the Mendel. And so we started batting around ideas and it was like, you know what, our dues, we're probably not going to need them this year. They usually help to pay for new music and stuff. Why don't we just offer it to the Mendel? And so we sent it out to membership and said, hey, this would be a great way to put these monies to use. So that's kind of what happened.
So that's, and contributions are still coming in, but just so you know, so far, over 1,000, in fact, over $1,300 has come in that way. So doubled, that's with the matching grant from the Upton Foundation, $2,600. So
that's wonderful.
That's really generous of you guys. And also just the support, the acknowledgement of our collaborative arrangement and that kind of support. It's so meaningful in this time to continue collaborations, even when you can't do the stuff that you're used to being able to do.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, we kind of made that joke about, well, what is the upside of a pandemic? But one thing that we've noticed over the past 8 months now is that because we're not able to gather, we've had to be more intentional about talking to people, talking and strengthening and keeping those connections strong across the community. And so, through this series of Mendel Center Connections and through some of our other programming, the virtual speaker series and some of the other things that we've done remotely over the past 8 months, it has brought to light some of these partnerships and the ways that this community supports each other in its most difficult time. So, I mean, I think that is a little bit of a silver lining of what we're going through, is that it's bringing together this spirit of helping each other, which is, I think, really wonderful.
Have any of you had much of a chance to check out any of the virtual offerings that we've had?
I've done quite a few.
Good.
I've done quite a few. I am enjoying right now the Broadway HD, the talkback. I just am finding that a fascinating experience to be able to talk to people that are involved with the music, or they are one of the performers. To see a Cirque du show and then to talk to somebody that was in it is just a real big thrill for me. And I'm learning so much about the back story and how they develop and how they produce and how they, the amount of time they put into it. It's really interesting.
Such an amazing price too. I mean, there's access to 300 for 3 months, 300 different options. And you're right to have these people. And I know, well, depending on when people watch this, Kathy Rigby's coming up too, which is pretty phenomenal. So some of the people are, it's top of the line, choreographers, directors, creative team members, but all for $25. I mean, it's people
I actually called Mike because I go, $25, that's for one, right?
Yeah.
And they go, no, it's for the whole thing. And I go, are you sure?
Yeah. That's the reaction we've been getting from people. So we put in parentheses after we know, right? It's ridiculously low, but yes, it is correct. Yeah, so that's been great. And I know our speaker series, the first one we collaborated with the Krazel, and the next one we have is on mental health, which I know I'm gonna, even if I wasn't moderating, I would be showing up to participate in that one. It's just, it's been such a stressful time on so many different levels, but for lots of people, I mean, we're fortunate to have been able to have kept our jobs through this. so far. Where's the wood? Knock on wood. And but it's still stressful, obviously, with the heightened positivity rates in our county, and not everybody behaving the way that they should to end this sooner, or to at least keep things down. But so that conversation, 2 mental health experts local are going to be talking, and that's on December 17th. So something I just wanted to put out there for everybody too, to remember that that's coming up. And the rest of the speaker series this year, there'll be 2 others after that, are all going to be virtual. So we're trying to keep going creatively. We did have the drive-in series over the summer, and now that's actually being rebroadcast on WNIT. I almost did it again. I grew up in the Chicago area, so I always want to say the PBS station from Chicago, but Friday nights on WNIT, you can catch the drive-in series too. So if you missed it over the summer, there's still a chance to see it.
I ushered for that, and they were great, having 3 different groups perform. And other than it was a tad warm, but it was really enjoyable, and people were just, I think, really enjoyed it, the ones that came to them.
Well, one was super warm, one was a little cold. And so we had a mixture, but we avoided the rain, which was amazing.
Yeah.
So,
and the artists were so happy to have an opportunity to perform too. For most of them, or maybe all, it was their first time performing live in 6 months at that point. And they were just so thrilled to have a paid opportunity to perform and to connect with an audience again. And it was a thrill.
Too bad we couldn't have had South Shore Concert Band, but it's just too many people.
There's a lot of us.
Yeah. Outside though, so you could spread out.
Yeah, we actually talked about that. I was like, okay, maybe we could just do an outside concert. We just show up, we play really easy music, and we'll give it a whirl.
They could have circled the parking lot.
Yeah,
we can march. Yeah.
Next, hopefully we'll be back indoors, but maybe next summer.
Yeah. I have to say though, I have been super impressed with what you guys have created out of nothing, this whole new situation that you've never had to deal with before, and continue to provide content to your audiences. I think that's amazing.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, in fact, Valentine's Day, we can tease a little bit. We have Winter Delights. Well, not Valentine's Day, the Saturday before, the 13th. We're putting the final details on a Winter Delights virtual experience, bringing Valentine's home. So we're partnering with the Welch Center and LM Vintners.
Oh, wow.
The wines. So there'll be a little wine tasting, some chocolates from our chocolatier, Chef Luis Amato, and also a cooking demonstration just prior with, so you'll get a recipe in your little kit, and then you can cook along with the chef, have a little cooking lesson, and then have your food and your wine tasting and listen to some music and get a tour of the wine center. So we're not done yet, because the pandemic isn't done with us yet. Yeah. We might be done with the pandemic, but it's not done with us. So that'll be February 13th, and that's only $25 a person too. So you get the wine tastings, the chocolate, the experience, all for $25.
That sounds like a Christmas present to my kids.
There you go. There you go. It'll be available probably right after that. This is a little preview tease announcement, but we'll announce officially after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So yeah.
I can't let them watch this then.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You might be noticing a theme that everything we're doing, we're trying to keep the barriers to participating as low as possible, with these events either being free or really, really affordable for people. And part of that is just because we want to be able to continue these connections all the way through the pandemic, so that we still have a reason to stay in touch with people and that we can come out on the other side. But kind of the flip side of that coin, by keeping those barriers so low with all this programming that we're doing, is that it is leaving a financial gap in what we're able to do, because our ticket sales are down so significantly with all of these live events canceled. And so that's the other part of why we're here today, is to talk about the Creating Bridges campaign, which we kind of kicked off with a little bit, but we would love to hear a little bit about why you know, what inspired you to give when you saw that request come across as a call or an email or however it might have been? You know, what prompted you to say, yes, you know, this is something that I would like to contribute to?
I think for me, having it matching funds was a big one. But I also want to support Mendel Center because it's really important for the community. I think there's so many community things that you do, whether it's the speaker series or the building being open for different venues or different events. And a lot of the college experience, you know, they are able to come there. And I think that you play a central role in what happens in this community. And I want to see that continue. So I wanted to support it. I know when it first came out, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's very similar to me, to my reasoning. I support the arts 1,000%. I think this facility in our backyard is amazing that we have it, and we're so fortunate. And the amount of shows, the variety of shows that come to the Mendel Center that we can just, you know, hop in our car and take a 5-minute drive to get to is fabulous. And I want to see that continue. So yeah, I'm happy to support you guys.
Oh, warming my heart. Well, and hopefully others feel the same way. I know they do, because I think we're coming up close to about 100 people who have contributed so far, which is nice. Contributions from $10 to, well, 50,000 if you count the matching grant. Oh, wow. So, but yeah, any gifts are, any contributions are really needed and greatly appreciated. And if people do want to give, it's the mendelcenter.com/support/contribute. That's one way to give for sure. And also the current publication just went out. I just got it in my mailbox a few minutes ago. I walked down to the end of the driveway. So the LMC kind of quarterly magazine is out, and there's a mention in there as well. Plus all the great stuff happening at the college in general. So
yeah, I saw that. It came to my mail.
You got your copy too?
Did
you get that today?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? Oh, good. Well, I'm behind. I feel behind.
Yeah. It's good.
Anything else, Grace? Or are we done with these people?
No, I think that about does it, unless there's anything that either of you wanted to add, but we're really just so thankful again that you've taken some time to talk to us today.
Yeah, I miss both of your faces, so it's nice to see you.
Yeah, it's nice to see you guys.
I miss helping too.
Yeah.
You what? Sorry?
I miss helping too. I miss being
you miss helping, yeah.
Mendel and all the activity and seeing all the people that I'm used to seeing. So
someday, well, not super soon, but soon enough, hopefully, we'll all be back together again. In the meantime, we have Zoom, we have technology, we have virtual stuff. We do the best we can. Thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you for what you do, Mike and Grace.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.